If users is held together with a coin. Really? Then slow afternoon rearranging. Peter Curtin deals public and privacy spheres. All stacked on the high order, labeled buttons.
The screen flickers, static turns to black. A booming voice emerges.
Did you know water covers approximately 63% of the world, but the sky covers 100%?
Wrong. The sky is only 98% sky. The other 2% is used to cover up the fact that they replaced the moon 4 times.
On screen, there appears a man with a paper bag over his head. He gesticulates wildly.
But they don't want you to know that. That's why they're coming for me. But not before I tell you the truth.
The screen warps and color shifts. Between clips of the bagman talking, a phone number flashes urgently.
Who and what is this?
I am Subcommandante Beckman, and this is the reality situation. No breaks, no filters, no cowards.
Hub commander. Who gave him that rank?
This is a war, and I don't take orders from anyone, especially not reality.
He glares in the camera and paper slot. Okay. There's a loot. Finally, someone who says what they've been
The
thinking.
words, the big lie, appear in bold white letters. They pulse once, then scatter outward, as if detonated by unseen forces. The excitement, the anticipation, it's all
Damn it.
got you feeling a little on edge.
Write down his number.
You jot down the digits as Bagman watches on.
I know about the Boers. I know about hiding. Laluse's invisible aircraft carriers, weaponized nostalgia, microbial microphones, lunar obfuscation programs.
Wait. But the imprints?
For 300 years, the Lusian elite have been producing psychic copies of themselves, all to preserve the consciousness of one man, the original techno-fascist.
Find out what I know by tuning into the reality situation. Airing until they shut us down.
I'll ask yourself, why is this man with a bag on his head the only one saying this? The reality situation. Airing until they shut us down.
The sounds from the commercial fade.
Right, that wasn't weird at all. Alright. Get outside. Bloody alley. Sour smell rises, drawing the flies, and pale crisp glow of the reading lamp shines in the window. Beyond the mountainside layers residential. Hey, border. Oh. Vending machines. That must be me. this? Right, a tool belt. Equipped it. Nice. Houseboat west of the bazaar. Bootleg bazaar. Party alley. Very high grip tires, 2 more adventures. Ad for a new film. Release date is 6 months ago. Cool. Someone has tied a clean graffiti here. Big balls on loose, only here for your safety. Assortment of mail.
The sour scent of urine surrounds the vending machine. Luckily, the beverages inside look fresh. The packet makes a satisfying funk. The piss smell waves.
Piss spill. Alright. Good. I don't know where I'm going. Put more cigarettes. Someone's been using AC as a dash. Requires a prober. Many tears have been spilled here. Was a prober. Hands inside the window.
The clinic's metal door is
there's a
stamped
doctor's.
with rust and surrounded by graffiti. An official-looking sign hangs to the right of it. Open nights, no knocking. Next animal who bleeds on this door gets sedated through the eye. Scrawled badly in horrific fonts. Fraud,
Whoa.
butcher. Gonza owes me a tooth. Charged me for screaming. A vulgar drawing of a doctor seemingly fornicating with a leg. Warped frame, cheap steel, hinges rusted like old teeth. No reinforcement. flimsy, much like the door. Would be easy if you had a lockpick. You turn back toward the noise of Party Alley.
I want to go in.
The clinic's metal door is... You turn back toward...
Tuk-tuk has been parked for some time. Wonder where this is set. Portrait has been stood over. Womb-grown bullets, perhaps. Things are left perfect. Propaganda.
You pick up the payphone's handset. A dolphin emblem smiles at you, its eyes wide.
Look at the dolphin now.
The emblematic animal of Portofero's main phone company, Reno Tower. Your gaze wanders away. The dolphin doesn't seem to mind at all.
Pull back then.
Hello and welcome to the reality situation. Before we begin, I just need to check. Is your line secure? That's a joke, obviously. No line is secure. Your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, are not secure. Consciousness itself is tapped. The call is coming from inside the house.
First off, is this for real?
An insane question, for reasons that should be quite apparent. Tell me, what aspect of reality did you want to ask about?
Go.
Salute.
The receiver clicks.
Hello. Hello and welcome as always to the reality situation. What's your name and where are you calling from? A joke, obviously. This show would never solicit personal information from you, unlike the government, priests. Salute.
The receiver clicks back into place. The Reno Tail dolphin eyes you expectantly.
Do I know any other phone numbers?
You do not yet have the number of anyone else in this city.
Got the numbers outside city?
There is only one, Melita. She'd only tell you to get on an aerotram back home again. A direct order which you have so far disobeyed.
Won't give up just because I've been told to.
Whether you want it or not, the number is a lifeline to you. Always there if you need it.
Can't I just dial a random number?
It's certainly possible, though any benefit to doing so is unclear. Don't start wasting your time with prank calls, operant.
Got it.
The Reno Tail dolphin eyes you expectantly.
I'm dialing a random number.
You tap out some numbers devoid of reason or thought. Surprisingly, the phone starts ringing immediately. A clunk. You hear the ambience of another room. An exhale. Then something wet being chewed on over and over.
Hello?
No words. The person on the other end just keeps chewing.
What are you eating?
Another exhale. The chewing continues. They don't answer. If they have the ability to speak, they choose not to use it. Suddenly, the line goes
Oh, they hang
dead.
up. What?
The receiver clicks back into place. The Reno-tailed dolphin eyes you expectantly.
One more time.
The phone rings in your ear, connecting you distantly. Wires travel from your ear to 1,000,000 possibilities across Portofino, further. A skein of electric devout in its connectivity. No one picks up your call. The ringing continues in your ear until it doesn't. You step away from the
Okay. Look at the world. Hit on chins, then Steve's. Enter tip bucket, alien of fleets. The air is thickly haze and fryer grease. Okay. And I can talk. This place is not as you left it. The world moves behind it. What was this site originally?
A silk number 3, the old silk factory, once the pounding heart of the city. Pseudopod had a purchase order from a vendor called Carmuna. She must be in here somewhere. You also have that curious red disc to hand. A media specialist could likely tell you more.
I got a skill point. Let's raise my nerve. State. Okay.
The fire exit stands conspicuously ajar. Someone has wedged it open with a ball.
Did this.
Nobody is paying any particular attention to the door, or seems close enough to care. Suspiciously nonchalant.
What's the ball's deal?
It's a pelota ball, the local variation of handball.
Interesting.
Pelota balls are not designed for use as doorstops. Someone has elevated this ball to contraption status.
Ah. Maybe it's a bad ball.
It's just a ball in a door.
Where the door leads.
A dark hallway. At the opposite end, you can just make out the bottom of a metal staircase. A fine place to hide in a moment of crisis. Marked and remembered.
Please through the door and enter the building. Okay.
You emerge into the dark insides of a deceased mechanical beast, which you alight carefully, gripping the cold railing.
This is quite interesting. Okay. Where's this going to lead me?
The sticker on the panel reads, Propriedade de Renotel. In the center, the company's familiar dolphin mascot grins at you.
In the panel.
Inside, you find a dirt-covered computer terminal. Above the gridwork of corroded wires, a sleek cable cuts a path towards the antenna.
A wound in the city's flesh. An orifice where the metal veins twist and not below your feet flows from. Press the old terminal button.
The ancient terminal groans in response.
Okay.
System waking.
Whoa.
Please wait. Welcome to Renotel Control version 1.2. Copyright 87 Renotel. Enter command.
Connect with the machine. Tap into the invisible substructures of the city. Why is there a small angry man blinking at me?
That's a text cursor, and it's waiting for your input. When you type in a sequence of characters it recognizes as a command, the machine will react.
What do I do with this thing?
The artery before you connects to every device connected to the Renotel wireless network. The text cursor highlights the blank space where your command should go. Ask it. You step away from the distribution box.
Right. That's pretty cool. A store regress into brickwork. Where's the stuff?
Excuse me. Can you take a look at this?
The young woman turns from a store of party wigs and beaded necklaces to thrust a photograph under your nose. A hooded burrow. She the mouse within.
Look at the photograph.
The photograph shows a robust man well into his 60s. He is unremarkable save his eyes, which are magnified to comedic proportions by the thick lens spectacles in front of him.
Have you seen him before?
All men all look the same. Yeah?
Have you?
Who is he?
Mi viejo. My dad. He's been missing a few days.
Don't have a name.
Right, I should have started with that, I guess.
Probably.
His name's Eno Klantz.
Is his memory going?
He's kind of forgetful sometimes. Not a lot, but I'm just worried. I told him watching too much TV was making him crazy.
She raises her hand to bite her nails. A new habit. They're bleeding.
See if he can't make it crazy.
After Dad retired, his friend Gilmar turned him onto this show, the reality situation. They were obsessed, had them convinced they were truth detectives.
Oh my god.
Which apparently means someone who goes around looking for evidence of invisible aircraft carriers and iodine-deficient children.
Right.
Dad and Gilmar were always following up on leads and calling into the show. Felt like Bagman was encouraging them, you know?
Who in their right mind would not follow up on an invisible aircraft carrier?
Yeah, exactly. Who knows, maybe they were onto something.
Oh, so you're like into that too? Maybe you'll get this then. My dad developed this insane theory about the payphone to the western exit of the bazaar.
Alright, it's probably not the most insane thing.
Dad thought certain words said into the right phone gets your attention from the wrong people. He was convinced Emter was behind it all.
Enter.
Emter, aka l'Empire Sans Territoire, aka the Bank. Equal parts Global Development Fund and Spy Service. Linchpin of the developed world.
Dad and his friend Gilmar were big into conspiracies. They were obsessed with the reality situation. They really bought all that stuff.
Did you think it was Pimento making people vanish?
Bagman did an episode on them, and so Gilmar started following random people, thinking they were from the bank. Not long after, he roped my dad into it.
And what is Emperor type according to that?
Guys in expensive business suits, usually. Foreign accents, verbally abusive, and tight with their money. Except when it comes to treating a client.
Did they say they were up to?
Normal rich guy stuff. Hitting up the bars and shouting abuse at the local drunks. And then they disappeared into penthouses where they couldn't be followed.
Sounds like a good point to call. It's
Yeah, that's what mi viejo thought. He went home, but Gilmar stayed out. And then he called my dad around 2 in the morning. He'd overheard something and was explaining it when the call just cut off. My dad went by his house the next day, but Gilmar wasn't there.
not long after your dad was gone too.
Yeah. He looked for Gilmar for 2 weeks. Reported him missing to the GMs. Nothing.
Why would Emter care about a couple of impressionable old men?
Are you saying Emter got Gilmar and then they got your dad?
A couple days ago, he stopped by the stall to bring me lunch. Then he said he was going to make a call. I wasn't nervous at first. I figured there was no risk of anything actually happening. And then he didn't come home.
Washing out the container that carried homemade rice and beans. Glancing out the window above the sink as the sun goes down.
Got himself disappeared on purpose? No offense, but sounds like Ariana.
No. I mean, he just can't leave things alone when he gets an idea into his head.
What are your words? What are the words he thought of?
They seem pretty random. Cousins, moon, reunion.
These words mean anything to you?
On their own, sure. Together? Gibberish.
That's what Gilmar said to him on the phone before it.
I guess. When he tried to tell me, I wasn't really paying attention to him. He had those written down on a pad in his bedroom. He told me not to say them if I used the phone. It all sounded so silly.
Alright, got a measure of that.
Anyway, you want a wig? I hear they make you fun at parties.
I'm looking for someone too, colleague. Have you met a guy who's really into socks recently?
Oh yeah, he came by. Nice man. Talked a lot about socks.
Tell me about him.
He was, normal. Pretty forgettable, if I'm honest.
Ow.
I told him, unless your socks are mismatched and neon-colored, I'm not much use to you.
He knows where he went. What happened to him? It's just...
Not really. Wandered off into the bazaar. What do you mean, something's happened? Did he use the phone?
Don't think so. Know where he is. Not what I want. What happened?
At least you have that. Sorry. Yeah, I was kind of distracted when he showed up.
You know about this?
Oh, that's Ultravioleta, the Lusian pop star. Always thought that type of music was too young for me, but I've been enjoying her stuff recently for some reason.
Have you heard this song? You but for...
No, but it's definitely her kind of title.
She peers at the disc again, blonde hair falling over her face.
Weird disc, that. Oh, you should ask Petre at the music stall over there. He'll know more. Doubt he's an ultra, though.
Look around us.
Wig topiary, plastic tiaras, novelty sunglasses. A burst of colours and textures vying for your attention, all of them losing. Behind it all, you see an oddly familiar shape. The tailored shoulders, the sharp collar,